the lonely God. And then was Eden come to be deserted. At eve into the quiet place came God to grieve. Your hands hung slackly down upon your robe. You paced along the grassy paths and through the silent trees, where grew the flowers of Adam's labor. All the birds had gone out to the world, and singing was not one. The cheer they brought to God was not. All was silence, but of a leaf tapped lightly on a leaf, or when the wind swayed the bushes of your mind. Where went the two? Out to gloomy trees of shadow life, to sorrow and to strife. Amid them, standing dim, the orphans, silent to a final desolation. The days and nights spent in blithe communion, now no more. Still must you be the God, but not the friend. We never more would run to meet you as before, with careless laughter and dancing in our glee. Now see you come along the path, and hide instead at your approach. We stood and hung our head, speaking in whispers, and would need learn to heartily pray instead of sweetly asking if we may. How again ever would we learn to adore you? The darkness was growing from afar, from brooding star, which now had captived us. Then thou, lonely God, was used at evening, quit your great throne, and come down to converse, to lay aside your crown, and all alone come down to glide with angels through the green fields and dappled shades of Eden. Far from heavenly majesty and pride, you were glad to simply be among the children you had made. Good to best stay aside and dream of what was, and how again you should make it to be. It seemed to us a lonely thing that you be God. So far you were from us, outside of time, beyond space or any imagination we may have, through endless centuries and backward still, endless forever. Do your wide horizons melt like dreams to thinnest edges, infinite behind the piling centuries. Our trotting blind in gulfs chaotic, so much so, could it be you could not see when you were not who always had to be? You standing sad, sighed in the wind, nor any pleasure had in divine knowledge, for your darlings twain had gone from you to learn the feel of pain, and what was meant by sorrow and despair. This Father to his children did prepare. Even the mind of God is rolled and swayed in dull immensity, eternity showing its indifference. As fruitless were you never there. Time never has in view an ending, touching so the shores of many stars and passing on. The fringes of the infinite moved out. Thine own imaginings created did save you from an emptiness, glorying your glory, ever full yet worthy of everness of worship of your holy being. The universe could not discontinue, but pass by only lonely thought unto the fullness of all that is. Your essence was poured out into our nostrils and our souls, and one day give your mind to us, that nothing in the world would be lonely. It is not good for God to be alone, nor anything your mind presents. Among the raving stars brought laughter to the vacancies of heaven. The blue of the world lift up a song of all who are. Divinity came down to us so lovingly, and now in dueness of the time are all brought up to celebrate the communion of all spirits in laughter and in joy. The final fullness and happiness be now present. So, smiling fair, You spread abroad your wings upon the air. Amen.